What's going on, everybody? Good late afternoon now. We've gotten close to the end of the day, and we've gotten close to the end of left guard free agent candidates. We're pretty much at the bottom of the barrel now. We are scraping up the guys who maybe they're going to be in the NFL this year, but maybe not. Like, there isn't a lot separating them from any random guy you can find on their couch immediately after the draft. There's not a lot separating these guys from to probably raid recent retirement options, guys who retired in the last couple of years, and the quality of play wouldn't change that much. These guys, they're hoping they can get a minimum contract of like 1 year, 1 million. Realistically, they may have to settle for a practice squad. So we've kind of gotten to the end of the line here. And if you don't like any of the options presented so far, you're going back to the well that you tried to pull from last year. All right, so once again, I want to remind everybody real quick that I will be streaming on the Bleacher Report about an hour from the upload of this video. So if you are not over there yet, get over there, download the app. I will be live about 6 p.m. Let's go ahead and open it up. Sua Opeta. Sua Opeta, most recently of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Spent some time with the Philadelphia Eagles. You can see he didn't play at all in 2024. So we're not working with a lot of recent information. 2023, he played a decent amount and was below average, but serviceable. Gave up a lot of pressure given how much he played, but not atrocious, I guess. And most of what he played was at right guard, but he did play a decent amount of left guard as well. So, okay, we got a little something on the hook here. Year before that, 2022, he had a terrible grade. He was one of the worst graded guards, but he only played 92 snaps. Decent chunk of it was at left guard, by the way, but we're not going to learn a lot from this sample size. The year before that, he graded out quite well, 74.1, 2021. 163 snaps, still not a big sample size, but pretty much all of it's at left guard. A lot of pressures allowed. He allowed more than one pressure every 10 snaps, which is really rough. So Sua Opeta, I mean, I suspect that he will find his way on an NFL roster, but it's close. I mean, Spotrac doesn't even have a market value page for him. They don't even bother. So I can tell you what it will be. If it's anything, it's going to be veteran minimum, and he'll be lucky to get that. So do you want to give this guy Sua Opeta 1 year, 1 million, or do you want to go get a UDFA for a little bit less on a longer term deal? That's the decision. So not super appealing there. Another guy that's interesting would be Netane Muti, 6th round pick of Denver back in 2020. I actually remember this guy. I remember scouting this guy and being kind of interested. Has not played a lot of football. Did not play a snap last year. Played 1 snap in 2023. Played 28 snaps in 2022. So it's been a while since we've seen him play meaningful amounts of football. I mean, this is, we're not working with a lot of recent information. Let's put it to you that way. So Netane Muti, last time he did play any football at all, really, he graded out okay, but it's 28 snaps. What are we going to learn from that? It was all at left guard, so that's good, but man, what are we doing here? We're trying to learn something from 28 snaps in 2022. What was going on in 2022? That was the first year Geno Smith was starting at quarterback for the Seahawks. That was the first post-Russell Wilson year. I don't know if there's much to be learned here when he hasn't played really at all since. Now, you go back to the previous year, he played a decent amount, 300-plus snaps. But, I mean, the results were... I mean, he gave up 4 sacks and 176 pass-blocking reps. We don't like that. And he split his time almost evenly between left guard and right guard. Graded out okay, I guess. 59 is not the worst thing in the world. But, I mean, we're only looking at this because we got nothing else to look at with this guy. He's basically not played football in 3 years. So this is a guy who will be very lucky if he even gets a contract for 2025. And I don't even know if he qualifies as being a decent backup. Like, he would serve as a backup, I guess. But can you rely on him when he hasn't played meaningful football in 3 years? I don't think so. And Spotrac doesn't even have a market value page for him. So you're looking at veteran minimum. It's going to be right around the 1 year 1 million or 1 year 1.1 million, depending on whatever veteran minimum is for his level of experience. I think it's going to be like 1.1. That's what it was last year. But what are you really betting on at this point? It's not like this guy has a high pedigree. This isn't Mekhi Becton here. This is a former 6th round pick who has been about as good as a 6th round pick. So don't think so. Probably even for a backup, you're trying to do a little bit better. Blake Hance would be another option, I guess, of Jacksonville Jaguar. Spent some time with the Browns and the Niners as well. Hasn't played a lot. There was 1 year in 2021 where he started 8 games, I guess, but that was so long ago, and I think he was playing tackle back then that it doesn't even really matter for us. So, yeah, we've reached the bottom here. This guy's already 29, by the way. He's not even really all that young. Pro Football Focus thought he played okay, I guess, in 2024, but he only played 97 snaps, so we're not learning a lot, and he kind of played a little bit everywhere, mostly at left guard, though, so that's good, but nothing super educational here. Year before that, graded poorly, but 39 snaps, even less, and mostly at right guard, so we're not going to learn a lot from that either. And before then, again, like you have, well, actually, excuse me, this is 2022 I looked at, because in 2023, he didn't play any left guard, and his grade was terrible. So I guess he is meant to play left guard, it seems, but it's not, even that's not very exciting. And again, Spotrac, no market value page. So the good news is he's going to be minimum 1 year, 1.1 million, but it's hard to differentiate him from what you would get from an undrafted rookie. So Blake Hance, that's kind of the line, right? That's kind of the line you have to draw and say, look, we're not going any deeper. We've already gone too deep. So that's really the end of it. And you're looking at these guys, and I don't know if you would be okay with this, but wouldn't you rather just sign Laken Tomlinson again to be your backup over these guys? Like Laken Tomlinson, former 1st round pick, played a ton of football in his career. I know he's about to turn 33, but look at all the football he's played in his career. He's played in every game in almost every season of his career. He's made a Pro Bowl, been part of some elite offenses that have played in the Super Bowl. He played in the Super Bowl in 2019. He played in the NFC title game in 2021. So you look at Pro Football Focus, and look, I don't think Pro Football Focus has the measure of Laken Tomlinson correct here. They don't think he was bad. They think he was about average. And I don't think he was average, but I don't think they're off by that much. I think they're off, but you look at the objective numbers and you're like, okay, like, wouldn't you rather have this guy to be your backup than Blake Hance or Sua Opeta? Yeah, I think so. Now, again, you have to actually try to convince Laken Tomlinson to be a backup. You might not be able to, but I mean, Spotrac estimates he's going to get 1 year, 1.4 million. I personally think he's going to get the minimum because he's too old, but it's splitting hairs either way. You could get this guy for the same price as these other guys, almost. That's probably better. So I don't think we need to go any further than that. Laken Tomlinson has experience playing with these players. Laken Tomlinson has experience playing under at least this head coach. Maybe not the other coaches, but he has experience under McDonald now. He has experience playing with Geno, playing with Walker, playing with these guys. Something to be said there. More valuable than these guys. So that's going to do it for this series. See you guys later. Go Hawks.